Alan Coates, I'm interested in your view on this because you wouldn't be screened. You got into all kinds of trouble for saying that you wouldn't be screened for prostate cancer. Why?
Not least with Wayne. Look,
not least with Wayne, that's right.
I think it's fair to say that screening has been shown to work in some diseases, and in others, like prostate cancer, although it sounds like a good idea, the evidence just isn't yet in and won't be for some years yet. In the meantime, I think it's up to every man and those advising them to make up their own mind without that evidence.
Now, when you say the evidence isn't in, what do you mean? That the screening picks it up, or that the treatment is better than the disease?
Finding a cancer early is useless if you go on to die of it at the same date you anyway would have. It's also useless if you go on and die of something else before that cancer ever became evident. In between, there might be some cases where finding it early makes a difference. We know that's true in breast cancer. We know that's true in large bowel cancer and in cervical cancer. We don't yet know that's true in prostate cancer, and the trials to find it out are being done. They're involving over 150,000 men in Europe and a smaller number in the United States. And when those trials report, we will know whether or not finding it early actually makes a difference to how long men live with disease. It might work. We don't know at this point. We do know that along the way, finding it will turn up some cases that didn't need to be treated for one or other of the reasons I've mentioned, and that the treatment has some problems. Are those problems worthwhile? We won't know until we get the results of those trials.
But in the meantime, you're not being screened yourself.
Personally, I can make my own decision, like every other man involved. The advice I give to men is that they should look at the facts, get the information that Wayne's referred to, and then make their own mind up.
OK, Wayne, too early to be able to say for sure whether screening is worth it. I mean, my understanding is that the treatment is regarded by some as worse than the disease, that you might die of a heart attack first, and why put yourself through the treatment, which can cause impotency and all kinds of other problems?
What Professor Coates just said is absolutely outrageous and rejected by 95% of urologists in this country, and for that he ought to be removed from his current position, because what he's advocating is ignorance, not information. And what he will do, if that succeeds, is condemn many young men in this country to death.